Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Listen and Learn English. I'm Emma, and I'm so happy to have you here with us again today. Whether you're listening at home, driving somewhere, taking a walk, having your morning coffee, or simply relaxing after a long day, thank you for spending this time with us and practicing your English.
Hello, Emma, and hello to all our wonderful friends listening from around the world. It's Tom, and I'm very happy to be here again. Emma, how are you doing today?
I'm doing really well, Tom. I had a pretty busy morning, but everything is finally calming down. How about you?
I'm good. Actually, something funny happened to me this morning.
Oh, really? What happened?
My alarm went off at 6:30, and I looked at it and said, I will get up in 5 minutes.
Let me guess, you didn't.
Of course not. 5 minutes later, I said, okay, I will definitely get up in another 5 minutes.
And then?
40 minutes disappeared.
Disappeared? Tom, time didn't disappear. You went back to sleep.
I prefer my version of the story.
Of course you do. And everyone, Tom has actually used one of the words from today's lesson several times already. Today we're going to talk about two extremely common English words.
These words appear everywhere in everyday English, and they can sometimes be confusing because they're used in several different ways.
Exactly. So please stay with us until the end of the video, because we're not going to give you only a grammar rule and then leave you confused. We'll use real conversations, everyday situations, easy examples, speaking practice, common mistakes, and even a personal memory to help you understand how people actually use will and would.
And by the end, sentences like these should feel much easier. I will call you tomorrow. I would travel more if I had more time. Would you help me, please? When I was young, we would visit my grandparents every summer.
All right, Tom. Besides fighting with your alarm clock, what are you doing today?
Well, after we finish here, I think I will go to the grocery store.
Oh, what will you buy?
Just a few things, some fruit, bread, milk, and probably coffee.
Probably.
Okay, definitely coffee.
I knew it.
Actually, I think I'll make dinner tonight, too.
Really? What will you make?
I haven't decided yet. Maybe pasta.
That sounds good. I would join you, but I have some work to finish tonight.
Wait a second.
What?
I said I will make dinner, and you said I would join you.
Exactly.
We're already teaching the lesson.
The best grammar examples often come from normal conversations. Let's start with a simple idea. We commonly use will when talking about the future, predictions, promises, offers, or decisions. For example, I will call you tomorrow. I think it will rain. Don't worry, I'll help you.
So if my phone rings right now, I might say, I'll answer it.
Exactly, you're making that decision at the moment. Would has several uses, but one very important use is talking about an imaginary or conditional situation. For example, I would travel more if I had more money. Maybe I don't have enough money now, so I'm imagining the situation.
I have one.
Go ahead.
If I won $1 million, I would buy a beautiful house.
Good.
And I would travel around the world.
Nice.
And I would buy the greatest coffee machine ever created.
There it is.
What?
Somehow every imaginary future you have includes coffee.
Emma, if I'm imagining a perfect life, obviously there's coffee in it.
Fair enough. Here's another very useful use of would. We often use it to make polite requests. For example, would you help me, please? Would you open the door? And one expression you will hear constantly is, I would like. For example, at a restaurant, I would like a cup of tea, please.
Or, I would like a large coffee, please.
Naturally.
I'm providing useful real-world examples.
Very convenient examples. Before we go deeper into today's lesson, everyone, if you're enjoying this conversation, please take a moment to like this video. Your like might seem like a small action, but it really helps support our channel and help more English learners discover our lessons.
And if you're new here, please subscribe to Listen and Learn English. We have more friendly conversations to help you improve your listening, grammar, vocabulary, and speaking.
And please leave us a comment too. For today, answer this question. What will you do tomorrow? You could write, I will go to work. I will study English. I will visit my friend. I will stay home and relax.
Or, I will drink coffee.
We know what your comment would be, Tom.
Emma, you mentioned that will can also be used for promises.
That's right. Imagine you borrowed a book from me. You might say, I will return it tomorrow. Or if your friend is worried, you could say, don't worry, I'll help you.
How about, Emma, I promise I will never mention coffee again?
I don't believe you.
Why not?
Because you'll mention it again within 5 minutes.
Probably within 2.
Here's something very useful to remember. After will and would, we normally use the base form of the verb. I will go. Not, I will to go. I would help. Not, I would to help. She will call. Not, she will calls.
So will plus base verb and would plus base verb.
Exactly. But notice this special expression. I would like to go. Here, to belongs with like to go.
So we can say, I would like to learn English.
Perfect. Let's practice together. Complete this sentence. Tomorrow, I blank call my friend.
Will. Tomorrow, I will call my friend.
Great. Now imagine you had a lot of money. I blank travel around the world.
Would. I would travel around the world.
One more. Make this a polite request. Blank, you help me, please.
Would. Would you help me, please?
So, everyone, don't try to memorize everything at once. For now, remember this basic contrast. Will often talks about the future, predictions, promises, offers, and decisions. I will call you tomorrow. Would often appears in imaginary or conditional situations and polite language. I would travel more if I had more time. Would you help me, please?
And later, we'll also learn another interesting use of would for repeated actions in the past.
Exactly. We have plenty more coming. We introduced will and would. Now let's focus on will and see how we use it in everyday English.
Great. And don't worry, we'll keep it simple and practical.
We often use will when talking about something in the future. For example, I will call you tomorrow. She will come later. We will see you next week.
And we often shorten I will to I'll. So, I'll call you tomorrow.
Exactly. That sounds very natural in conversation. We can also use will when we make a decision at the moment of speaking. Imagine the phone starts ringing.
Oh, the phone is ringing.
I'll answer it.
You decided at that moment.
Right. Another example.
These bags are really heavy.
I'll help you.
Thank you. I knew bringing you along was a good idea.
So that's why I'm here. We also use will when we predict what we think is going to happen. I think it will rain tomorrow. You will enjoy this movie. I think the meeting will be long.
I have a prediction.
What?
I think I will need coffee after this lesson.
Tom, that's not a prediction. That's your daily routine. Will is also very common when we make promises. For example, I will call you tonight. I won't forget. I'll help you.
So if my friend lends me some money, I can say, don't worry, I'll pay you back tomorrow.
Exactly. The negative form of will is will not, won't. For example, I won't be late. She won't come tonight. Don't worry, I won't forget.
Emma, I promise I won't mention coffee again.
Really? Remember, will plus base verb. I will go, she will call, we will help. Not I will to go, she will calls. Quick practice. Complete these sentences. I blank call you tomorrow.
Will, I will call you tomorrow.
Next, don't worry, I blank help you.
Will, I will help you.
So remember, we commonly use will for future, I will see you tomorrow, decisions made now, I'll answer the phone, predictions, I think it will rain, promises and offers, I'll help you.
And in this part, we'll focus specifically on would,
and learn how it works in imaginary situations, polite requests, preferences, and more.
We focused on will. Now it's time to understand would.
And would is interesting because we use it in several different everyday situations.
Exactly. Let's make it simple. One of the most common uses of would is talking about something imaginary or conditional. For example, if I had more free time, I would travel more. If I had a bigger house, I would have a large garden.
If I won $1 million, I would travel around the world.
Where would you go first?
Italy.
Why Italy?
Beautiful cities, amazing food, and excellent coffee.
I should have known.
At least I'm consistent.
We also use would when we want to ask someone for something politely. For example, would you help me, please? Would you open the window? Would you wait for me?
Emma, would you help me carry these books?
Of course.
Wow, it worked.
Yes, Tom. Polite English can be very useful. Another extremely useful expression is would like. We use would like to express what we want in a polite way. For example, I would like some water, please. I would like to order dinner. I'd like to ask you a question.
So instead of saying, I want coffee, I can politely say, I would like some coffee, please.
Exactly.
So finally, a grammar rule that helps me get coffee.
You've been waiting for this moment. We can also use would when talking about preferences. For example, I would rather stay home tonight, or I would prefer to go tomorrow.
If you gave me a choice between tea and coffee, I would choose coffee.
That's the easiest prediction I've ever made. Here's another interesting use. We can use would to describe something we regularly did in the past, especially when telling stories or sharing memories. For example, when I was a child, we would visit my grandparents every summer, or after dinner, my grandfather would sit outside and tell us stories.
So here, would doesn't describe an imaginary situation.
Correct. It describes a repeated past action or habit.
When I was younger, my friends and I would ride our bikes around the neighborhood after school.
Perfect example. Just like will, we normally use the base verb after would. I would go. She would help. We would travel. Not I would to go. She would helps.
But we can say, I would like to go.
Exactly, because would like to plus verb is a different structure. Complete these sentences. If I had more money, I blank travel more.
Would. If I had more money, I would travel more.
Next, blank, you help me, please.
Would. Would you help me, please?
And one more. I blank like a glass of water, please.
Would. I would like a glass of water, please.
So remember these important uses of would. Imaginary or conditional situations. I would travel more if I had time. Polite requests. Would you help me? Wants and preferences. I would like some coffee. Repeated past actions. When we were children, we would play outside every evening.
That's a lot of jobs for one little word.
It is, but the more you hear would in real conversations, the easier it becomes. We've learned will and would separately. Now let's put them side by side and see how they work in real conversations.
Great. This is where the difference becomes much easier.
Situation 1, real future versus imaginary situation. Tom, what will you do this weekend?
I will visit my brother on Saturday.
Great. And what would you do if you had an extra week off?
I would travel somewhere warm.
There's our first important difference. Will, a future situation. I will visit my brother this weekend. Would, an imaginary or conditional situation. I would travel if I had more time.
If I had 2 weeks off, I would travel even farther.
Where?
Somewhere with a beach, good food, and...
Coffee?
You know me too well.
Situation 2, a decision right now. Imagine we're sitting in the office and suddenly the phone rings. Ring, ring.
Emma, the phone is ringing.
I'll answer it.
Here, Emma made the decision at that moment.
Exactly. That's a very common use of will. I'll answer it. I'll help you. I'll call him.
Situation 3, requests. Emma, will you help me move this table?
Sure.
Now, would you help me move this table, please?
Both can work as requests, but what often sounds softer and more polite? Compare, will you help me? A direct request about willingness. Would you help me, please? A softer, more polite request.
Would you also make me some coffee?
No.
But I was polite.
Politeness doesn't guarantee coffee. Situation 4, at a restaurant. Imagine Tom and I are at a restaurant.
I would like the chicken, please.
And I would like the pasta.
Would you like some dessert, Emma?
Maybe later.
I will have some.
You haven't even finished dinner.
I'm planning ahead.
Very far ahead.
Here, would like is a polite and natural way to express what we want. I would like some water. I'd like to order, please.
Situation 5, prediction versus possibility. Now, imagine we're talking about tomorrow.
I think the weather will be nice tomorrow.
Great. Then maybe we would go for a walk if we finished work early.
Right. Or more naturally, in that conditional situation, we would go for a walk if we finished work early.
Exactly. Compare, we will go for a walk tomorrow. The speaker presents it as a future plan or expectation. We would go for a walk if we had time. So let's keep it simple. Will. Future. I will call you tomorrow. Decision at the moment. I'll answer the phone. Promise. I will help you. Prediction. I think it will rain. Would. Imaginary or conditional situation. I would travel if I had more money. Polite request. Would you help me, please? Preference or desire. I would like some tea. Repeated past action. When I was young, we would play outside every evening.
Quick practice. Choose will or would. Number 1, I blank call you tomorrow.
Will. I will call you tomorrow.
Number 2, if I had more money, I blank buy a bigger house.
Would. I would buy a bigger house.
Number 3, blank, you help me, please.
Would. Would you help me, please?
And one more, don't worry, I blank help you.
Will. I will help you.
Here's a simple way to remember the basic difference. Will, think this will happen. I will visit my friend tomorrow. Would, think this would happen if I would visit my friend if I had time.
But remember that would has other common uses, especially polite requests and would like. Exactly.
So, Emma, will we continue to stage 5?
Yes, we will.
And would you promise not to tell another embarrassing story about me?
I wouldn't make that promise.
Nah, I knew it.
Okay, at this time, Tom is going to share a personal memory that will help us understand will and would naturally.
Here we go again, another personal story.
Don't worry, Tom. This one has a good ending.
That makes me even more suspicious. When I was a child, my family lives quite far from my grandparents. But every summer, we would visit them and stay for a few weeks.
That's a perfect example already. We would visit them every summer. Here, would describes a repeated action in the past.
Exactly. My grandparents had a beautiful house with a big garden. Every morning, my grandfather would wake up early, make tea, and go outside to work in the garden. And my brother and I would spend hours playing outside.
That sounds like a wonderful childhood memory.
It really is. One morning, my grandfather had a lot of work to do in the garden. He looked at me and asked, "Tom, will you help me in the garden today?" And I immediately said, "Yes, Grandpa, I will."
So your grandfather used "will you help me" to ask if you were willing to help, and you answered "yes, I will." That showed your willingness and promise.
Exactly. But then something happened.
Uh-oh.
About 10 minutes later, some of my friends came to the house. They shouted, "Tom, we're going to play soccer. Will you come with us?"
Oh, now you had a problem.
A very serious childhood problem.
So what did you do?
I really wanted to play soccer. I thought I would love to go with my friends. But then I remembered that I had promised my grandfather, "I will help you."
And what did you choose?
I told my friends, "I'll come later." I promised my grandfather that I would help him first.
Very responsible.
I know, I'm surprised too.
Oh, Tom.
You know, Emma, when I think about those summers now, I realize how special they were. Every evening, my grandfather would sit outside and tell us stories. My grandmother would make dinner, and everyone would sit together around the table. Today, if someone asked me, "Would you like to spend one more summer there?" I would say yes immediately.
That's a lovely memory. And notice how naturally would appears when we talk about repeated past actions. My grandfather would tell us stories. We would sit outside. We would visit every summer. Common mistake 1. Now let's correct a few common mistakes. Don't say, "I will to call you tomorrow." After will, use the base verb, "I will call you tomorrow."
So, will go, will help, will call. Not will to go, will to help, will to call. Common mistake 2. How about I would travel if I had money?
That's incorrect, too. We say, "I would travel if I had money." Remember, would plus base verb. Would travel, would buy, would help, would stay.
Wait a minute. We say I would like to travel, so why is there a to?
great question because the structure here is would plus like plus to plus verb. For example, I would like to travel. I would like to order. I would like to learn English. But without like, we say I would travel, not I would to travel.
Ah, that difference is important.
Common mistake 3. Another mistake is using will when the situation is imaginary. For example, if I had $1 million, I will travel the world. In this kind of hypothetical situation, we normally say, if I had $1 million, I would travel the world.
Because I don't actually have the $1 million.
Exactly.
Unfortunately.
Tom, focus on the grammar, Tom.
You know, Emma, this reminds me of learning English too. Sometimes learners say, I will speak when my English is perfect.
But waiting for perfection can stop you from practicing. Instead, you can say, I will practice today. I will speak even if I make mistakes. I will keep learning.
And imagine what you would do if you could speak English confidently. Maybe I would travel more. I would talk to more people. I would apply for a new job.
Those are great reasons to keep practicing. So today's story gave us several natural examples. Past habit. We would visit our grandparents every summer. Request, will you help me? Promise, yes, I will. Preference, I would love to go. Conditional situation, I would travel if I had more time.
And I learned something else.
What's that?
If you promised your grandfather you'll help him, you should probably help him before playing soccer.
A grammar lesson and a life lesson. Okay, we've reached the final stage of our lesson about will and would.
We've talked about the future, promises, imaginary situations, polite requests, preferences, and even some memories from my childhood.
And somehow, coffee appeared in almost every stage.
I call that consistency.
All right, let's bring everything together. We commonly use will when talking about the future. Future. I will call you tomorrow. We will see you next week. Prediction. I think it will rain tomorrow. Decision made at the moment. The phone rings. I'll answer it. Promise or offer. Don't worry, I'll help you. I won't forget. And remember, will not becomes won't. I won't be late. She won't forget.
Now let's review would. Imaginary or conditional situation. If I had more money, I would travel more. Polite request. Would you help me, please? Preference or desire. I would like some coffee.
Of course, that's your example.
It's educational.
Repeated past action. When we were children, we would play outside every evening.
Listen carefully to these two sentences. I will travel next year. This describes something the speaker expects or intends to happen in the future. Now, I would travel more if I had more money. This is hypothetical. It depends on a condition.
So a simple memory trick is, well, what will happen? Would, what would happen if?
That's a useful starting point, but remember that would also has other uses, such as polite requests, preferences, and repeated past actions.
All right, everyone, don't just listen. Try to answer before Tom does. Question 1. I, blank, call you tomorrow.
Will.
Accent, I will call you tomorrow. Question 2. If I had more free time, I, blank, study English every day.
Would.
Accent, I would study English every day. Question 3. You want to make a polite request. Blank, you open the window, please?
Would.
Accent, would you open the window, please? Question 4. Your friend needs help and you make an offer. Don't worry, I, blank, help you.
Will.
Accent, I will help you. Question 5. When I was a child, my family, blank, visit my grandparents every summer.
Would.
Accent, my family would visit my grandparents every summer. Question 6. You're ordering at a restaurant. I, blank, like a glass of water, please.
Would.
Accent, I would like a glass of water, please. Excellent! Let's keep the most important ideas simple. Well, think about future. I will call you tomorrow. Prediction, it will rain. Promise, I will help you. Decision now, I'll answer the phone.
Would. Think about imaginary or conditional situations. I would travel if I had time. Polite request. Would you help me, please? Preference or desire. I would like some coffee.
Of course, that's your example.
It's educational.
Repeated past action. When we were children, we would play outside every evening.
Before we finish, everyone, remember something important. You might sometimes think, one day I will speak English perfectly, and then I will start having conversations.
But don't wait for perfect English.
Exactly. Start using the English you know today.
You will make mistakes, and that's completely normal. Every time you listen, speak, repeat, and practice, you'll give yourself another opportunity to improve.
Think about what English will help you do in the future. Maybe you will travel. Maybe you will make new friends. Maybe you will have better conversations at work.
And ask yourself, what would I do if I could speak English more confidently? Maybe I would talk to more people. I would travel more confidently. I would apply for a new opportunity. Whatever your answer is, use it as motivation to keep practicing. Thank you so much for staying with us until the end of today's lesson on Listen and Learn English.
If this lesson helped you understand will versus would, please like this video. Your like really helps support our channel and helps more English learners find these lessons.
And if you haven't already, please subscribe to Listen and Learn English for more friendly English conversations, grammar, vocabulary, listening, and speaking practice.
And here's today's comment challenge. Write 2 sentences. One sentence using will and another sentence using would. For example, I will practice English tomorrow. And I would travel more if I had more free time.
Keep listening, keep practicing,
Keep speaking,
and don't be afraid to make mistakes.
because every conversation will help you improve.
Nice use of will, Tom.
Thank you. Now, Emma, would you like to get some coffee?
After hearing about coffee for 6 stages?
Yes.
Actually, I would.
Finally! Best ending ever.
Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for learning with us. And we'll see you next time on Listen and Learn English.
Bye-bye.